Hey guys, and welcome back to Okami. I'm pretty sure we're still in Side Quest Central here, so buckle in folks, it's gonna be a bumpy ride.
So, we are still in Side Quest Central, but we are going to get plot happening throughout this particular part.
Ah, okay.
And that's why we are in Sasa Sanctuary, because we are going to go and see what is happening to Kaguya.
Oh, is it gonna be a feels moment? It better be. Oh, I think it is.
It's going to be a major feels moment. I love this cutscene, and it's beautiful. I love it. And it's got a great piece of music as well, which I believe is called Kaguya's Journey.
Oh.
Ultimately, what's happening here is where Kaguya's story ends in The Tale of the Bamboo Cutter.
Mm-hmm.
Ultimately, Kaguya can't stay here.
Oh. Yeah, what's going on? I demand an explanation.
Well, so it will all sort of make a bit more sense once we have gone through a little mini game.
Oh no. Oh no, I think I know where this is going.
Where do you think this is going?
From the Earth, you must go back to, etc.
Oh no, it's nothing like that, no.
Oh, okay, well, phew.
It's equally as depressing,
Oh.
but no.
Okay.
So, first off, we're going to have to dig. So, we get a lovely, fun digging mini-game to go through with Kaguya this time.
I think I'm going to go through something after this, and, oh man, like, we've just come back from a recording break, and I'm not ready for feels, not now.
This is how Okami works. It lulls you into a false sense of security by setting you up to have, like, masses of side quests occurring, and then suddenly, boom, gut punch. So yeah, I mean, I will tell you now that both times that I have watched Tale of Princess Kaguya, the Ghibli film, I've been in tears at the end of it because it's just heartbreaking. The version of events in Okami is not nearly as depressing.
Okay.
But it is equally as sad when you look at everything. And also that just went really badly.
Yes, it did. I guess this was a kind of a spoiler for when we watch Princess Kaguya, then.
In a way, yes, it is. And can she just get up now, please?
She's not the one with magic wind powers, okay? You're the one cocking things up here.
Well, you see, I'm trying my best here, but the game doesn't seem to be wanting to play entirely ball.
Okay.
But I think it's fine now because we are very close to the bottom. Like, it's just there, just need to get down one more bit of land, and then we'll be good.
How could you?
I know. This didn't go quite as smoothly, shall we say, as I would have liked. But you see, it's because I know what's coming, and I don't want it to happen, so I suppose what my brain was doing was subconsciously trying to prevent that from occurring.
Wasn't just the recording curse then, no, it was emotional distress.
Yes, let's go with the fact that it was emotional distress. It totally wasn't. It was the recording curse.
At least you're honest.
Let's just go with I was trying to subconsciously prevent myself from emotional distress.
Okay, this better be worth it, by the way. You've been hyping this up.
Well, you're certainly not going to expect where it's going to go.
Just gonna say ahead of time, I think she turns back into a bamboo stick or whatever.
Oh no.
Oh. What the fuck? Okay, I'm gonna go out on a limb and say this doesn't happen in the Ghibli adaptation.
No, definitely doesn't happen like this.
This is a metaphor, isn't it?
No, it's not actually a metaphor.
No, I mean, like, in the Ghibli version it would be a metaphor, going back into the sky, etc.
Oh no, it's not a metaphor at all.
God damn it, it's a literal fucking rocket, isn't it?
This is a literal rocket, yes. I will continue the narrative of the Tale of Princess Kaguya. So, obviously we left her at... well, the Emperor asking for her hand in marriage and her rejecting it.
Okay.
That summer, when Kaguya Hime saw the full moon, her eyes filled with tears. Though her adopted parents worried greatly and questioned her, she was unable to tell them what was wrong. She became increasingly erratic until she revealed that she was not of this world and must return to her people of the moon. In some versions of the tale, it is said that she was sent to the Earth, where she would inevitably form material attachment as a temporary punishment for some crime, while in others she was sent to Earth for her own safety during a celestial war. The gold that the bamboo cutter had been finding had been a stipend from the people of the moon to pay for Kaguya's upkeep.
Oh.
As the day of her return approached, the Emperor sent many guards around her house to protect her from the moon people, but when an embassy of heavenly beings arrived at the bamboo cutter's house, the guards were blinded by a strange light. Kaguya announced that though she loved her many friends on Earth, she must return with the moon people to her true home. She wrote sad notes of apology to her parents and to the Emperor, and then gave her parents her own robe as a memento. She then took a small taste of the elixir of life, attached it to her letter to the Emperor, and gave it to a guard officer. As she handed it to him, the feather robe was placed on her shoulders, and all of her sadness and compassion for the people of Earth were forgotten. The heavenly entourage then took Kaguya Hime back to Tsuki no Miyako, which is the capital of the moon, leaving her earthly foster parents in tears. There is a little bit more to the narrative, but ultimately that is the most important bit of Kaguya's story, is that ultimately she must return home to the moon and forget everything that happened here.
Jeez, that escalated quickly. I've never actually heard the full tale of Kaguya before, so I thought the game was having a jape, pulling a ruse for a second. Oh no, don't do this. Old people crying destroys me.
I know, it's heartbreaking, and I remember the first time I got to this cutscene, I don't know whether I did, like a little tear did trickle down my face, because it was just like, I was not expecting it. And at this point, I didn't know the tale of Kaguya, or the tale of the bamboo cutter, so it came as a complete surprise, and it was just heartbreaking. And this is actually a nicer version of the narrative, because the Studio Ghibli film follows the folktale pretty much to the letter.
Oh boy.
And that is why it is so heartbreaking.
Jeez, I'll look forward to that then.
Yeah, basically, if I don't speak for like the last 5-10 minutes of the film, it's because I'm basically just crying through all of it.
Well, it'll make for a good commentary, mate. So, cry, you bitch! I need the ad revenue now!
Yeah, so I'll just be going, so... she goes up to the moon! That's slightly exaggerated. I don't cry like that. There is ugly crying that I will sometimes perhaps do, but that's like really over-exaggerated. I try to be a little bit more refined.
There you go.
I suppose, in terms of whenever I'm doing commentary. I seem to recall when I did Press 8 and the Lost Future on my own channel, because I always cry at the end of that game as well. Got to the particular cutscene and I was just like, just hold it together. Just hold it together. Tears just started rolling. It's just like, oh, for God's sake. Trying to do commentary, trying to keep it rolling, but no. The emotions got the better of me.
If HFC was a boy band, number one would be the worst boy band ever, because none of us, for the most part, can sing.
Squeeze me.
Well, sure, I'm trying to make a point here. Richie would be the sensitive one of the group.
Yes, I would be. I would also be the one who's this surprising cynical asshole. Because, like, I come across as the happy-go-lucky person, but deep down there is an undercurrent of cynicism. It's fascinating.
Well, Flame will always be the main cynic, so
yes.
Don't worry. You still are lovable little Richie. It's all good. What's next on the agenda? I can't take any more bamboo rockets. I can't. Not in one part.
Well, you're not going to get any more bamboo rockets, but we did get something from that whole thing with Kaguya and Mr. Bamboo, and that was a thing called the Fire Tablet, I believe. And that is something that is very important, as it is needed for plot progression. So ultimately, while the whole thing with Kaguya is sort of set up as a bit of a side quest, it is compulsory to beat in the game.
Ah, okay.
No matter what you do, you're going to be heartbroken by the tale of Princess Kaguya. You don't have a choice in that matter.
No, you don't.
You also don't have a choice in the matter of anything that's going to be happening later on in the game, which is also equally heartbreaking.
Yeah, if you try to deny the tears that are rolling down your face, I hear Kamiya kicks your door down and breaks your PS2 in half.
You see, it's entirely true. The reason you don't hear tell of anybody not having done that is because they have all been killed by Hideki Kamiya.
Hang on, I never said he murdered them, I just said he broke the PS2. I think that counts more as vandalism, honestly.
Well, this is true, but obviously this was in the era when people's PS2s were their lives, apparently, in some sort of alternate universe. Therefore, the death of the PS2 equals the death of the person, clearly.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where we were going with this joke, so let's just move on forward. What's next on the Okami agenda, mate?
So, since we have the Fire Tablet, we are going to go and visit Queen Himiko.
Ah, okay.
Like, she seems to have been expecting us and waiting for us, so I think that now is the time to go and just see what on earth she wants to talk to us about, because obviously he seems very, very suspicious of her.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, I sort of am as well, but we need to investigate, I feel, and we needed the Fire Tablet to do so.
Yeah, because she was just holed up here while her husband was suffering. You'd expect the Empress to be by the Emperor's side.
Indeed. But before we can get to the Empress, we've got to get across that sea of flames that the lady talked about.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh no, it's the ending of Super Mario Sunshine. Where's the little boat? Where is it?
There is none. We use the Fire Tablet because it grants protection from fire, which means that we can just swim in lava like water.
Okay?
Yeah, I told you it was ridiculous, and why it would make sense, but it would make no sense at all, because how on earth is there, like, boiling hot lava magma stuff on, like, the second floor of, like, a wooden structure?
Yeah, I see your point now, mate. Doesn't make a lick of sense. In fact, you know what? Delete the source code. I don't want to hear tell of Okami ever again.
But either way, very important plot-related cutscene coming up right now. Let's meet Queen Himiko.
Nice bit of tension, atmosphere here.
Oh, definitely. And wonderful, excellent atmospheric tension ruined by Army's meticulously drawn butthole.
Look, okay, I know we have to put up with the butthole of a dog, but you don't have to use words like meticulous, okay? It just dilutes the scenery, because I can't focus on anything else!
This is so much fun. But yes, ultimately Isun is making pretty much the same arguments that you were, of that what the hell has she been doing, but it seems that she has been horrified and incredibly upset by it all, but she can't really do anything about it no matter how much she prays.
I'm sensing demon intervention here.
You may be surprised, actually.
Huh, okay. Usually the beat and a bit more silence following my statements and then your reply indicates stuff happening, but now I'm just confused.
You see, I'm just trying to trick you at this point into thinking something's going to happen when it's not.
You're a ruse meister, mate. You're playing 6D chess with me right now. Oh, that's a hell of a big veil coming up. Wait for it. Wait for it. Oh. Okay. She's beautiful.
This is Queen Himiko, and of course, beautiful lady, is soon smitten.
Is she related to Rao by any chance?
No, she is not, but Himiko is a very, very important person in Japanese legend and myth. So, she was the shaman queen of Yamatai Koku in Wa, which is ancient Japan. Early Chinese dynastic histories chronicle tributary relations between Queen Himiko and the Chao Wei kingdom, and record that the Yayoi period people chose her as ruler following decades of warfare among the kings of Wa. Early Japanese histories don't mention Himiko, but historians associate her with legendary figures such as the Empress Consort Jingu, who was regent in roughly the same era as Himiko, and there's scholarly debates over the identity of Himiko and the location of her domain Yamatai, and these have raged since the late Edo period, with opinions divided between northern Kyushu or traditional Yamato province in the present-day Kinki. According to Keiji Imamura, who I think is some sort of historian in Japan, the Yamatai controversy is the greatest debate over the ancient history of Japan. And yes, there's lots and lots and lots of stuff about Himiko and her power, and it is really quite fascinating.
Why is she wearing a burning hat exactly?
That I don't know. I think she's trying to be... it's probably something to do with purification and, like, getting some sort of power from Ami, because we are the sun goddess. Maybe something to do with that. I'm not 100% sure. But either way, Himiko is a great character. She's awesome.
And we also have a destination now. The Oni Island, or Island of the Oni.
Indeed we do. It's going to take us a while to get there, but that is our ultimate destination right now. And really, it's going to, like, everything that's going to happen from this point onwards is going to prove why this particular act of Okami is easily one of my easily my favourite acts overall.
The high point of the game, you'd say.
Yes, because I mean, obviously the first act is awesome because it introduces you to the world, it gives you a legend to work with, and that's just really satisfying. Then Act 2, which is the act we're in, goes to some really amazing places in terms of what it does with its narrative.
Sorry, I just love sounds boring. I'm out of here. Game over.
Yeah, pretty much. So, Act 3 has quite a bit of a dip after everything that occurs in Act 2, but Act 3 has, like, the conclusion of Act 3 is entirely worth it. And there is also a sequence during Act 3 which is just really awesome in general, so I can forgive that it's got a bit of a slower, darker stretch throughout it.
Okay, so what I'm getting from this is, and by which I mean I'm just basically paraphrasing what the text is saying, we've got to tame the water dragon, use it as a bridge, and then use the crystal to break the shield that protects Oni Island.
Indeed, but obviously first we also, well, we need to do that, we also need to find out where Oni Island is, because it keeps moving. Every time the sun sets, it changes location.
Ah, it's not on the back of a lion turtle by any chance, is it?
No, I don't think so, because this is a demon island, it's just sort of moving about constantly.
Huh, go figure.
Now, something I should also point out is, with Himiko, if you've played the 2013 Tomb Raider, that whole game revolves around Himiko and Yamatai. Ultimately, that is the island where Lara winds up. And the whole point is that the villain wants to use one of Lara's friends to offer as a new host to Himiko's soul, because ultimately she's a villain in that game. I think because of Himiko's powers and stature in terms of Japanese legend and myth, she does oscillate between being an antagonist and one of the good guys, which is always quite awesome and fascinating.
Yes, we're doing it. We just listened to a 10-minute spiel. Of course we're going to get our work.
But obviously, before we actually go do any of that, as I said, lots of side quests opened up, and that is ultimately what we're going to do, because side quests are far more important than anything else right
Than
now.
saving the world. Yeah, Ganon's destroying everything, but oh no, gotta go play one of those fucking rollerball minigames in the fishing place.
Exactly, like, you see, priorities. You decide what you need to do, and you go do that, and side quests are much more important to me right now. Ultimately, there is a logical reasoning behind it, because if we do side quests, we get praise, therefore we get more powerful, therefore we stand a better chance of beating whatever lies on Oni Island and making friends with the water dragon and all that jazz. So it's going to be useful, but ultimately, side quests ahoy!
We'll see you guys next time for another part of Okami.